stop. Listen carefully. The wrong words, shared with the wrong person, can destroy your respect, your power, and your future overnight. In a world obsessed with oversharing, the Stoics taught one ruthless truth. Silence is strength, and mystery is protection. If you reveal too much, you lose control. If you speak wisely, you dominate the room. Now, let us begin with the first dangerous thing you must never reveal: your deepest insecurities. The first thing you must never reveal to others is your deepest insecurity. Not because you should feel ashamed, but because exposure in the wrong hands becomes a weapon. Stoicism teaches that what you confess carelessly, others will remember strategically. When people know where you feel small, uncertain, or broken, they gain leverage over your emotions, your decisions, your sense of worth. And most will not hesitate to use it. A Stoic understands this clearly. Vulnerability is sacred, not public currency. Your fears are not meant for the crowd. They are meant for reflection, discipline, and silent self-mastery. True power is built in private. Strength grows where no one is watching, and dignity survives where boundaries are enforced. But insecurities are only the beginning, because there is another truth, even more dangerous to expose. And that is where most people fail without realizing it. The second thing you should never reveal to others is your long-term plan, your vision, your destination, the quiet blueprint of who you are becoming. Stoicism reminds us that outcomes are fragile when exposed too early. When you announce your goals before they are forged by discipline, you invite doubt, interference, and invisible resistance. Even well-meaning voices can weaken your resolve. Plans spoken aloud become vulnerable to opinion, and opinion has the power to slow momentum. A Stoic moves in silence, not out of fear, but out of focus. Because progress thrives in solitude, and execution requires clarity, not applause. When you keep your path private, your energy remains pure, undisturbed, unpolluted, unshaken. Let your results speak. Let your transformation arrive without warning. And yet, there is something even more sensitive than your future plans. A detail that, once revealed, can quietly strip away your authority without you noticing at all. The third thing you should never reveal carelessly is the full extent of your personal struggles, your battles, your emotional chaos, the moments when you feel at your weakest. Sharing everything may feel like honesty, but Stoicism teaches discernment. Not everyone deserves access to your inner storms. Some will pity you, others will judge you, and a few will quietly redefine you by your pain. When your struggles become your public identity, your strength is questioned, your resilience is underestimated, your authority begins to erode. A Stoic faces hardship with quiet composure. They process the pain internally. They transform it privately. They emerge stronger without needing an audience. Control what you reveal. Guard the narrative of who you are. Because once your struggle is exposed to the wrong eyes, it no longer belongs to you. And still, there is a more subtle danger ahead. One that disguises itself as friendliness, but slowly drains your power. The fourth thing you should never reveal to others is the full extent of your good deeds, your generosity, your sacrifices, the quiet ways you help behind the scenes. What appears as transparency often transforms into ego, and the moment your kindness seeks recognition, it loses its purity. Stoicism teaches that true virtue is silent. A noble act does not need an audience, because once your goodness is announced, it invites comparison, expectation, and quiet manipulation. People begin to measure you by what you give. They feel entitled to your effort. Your kindness becomes a currency they feel free to spend. A Stoic gives without performance, helps without announcement, and walks away without applause. Power is not in being seen as good. It is in being good when no one is watching. But there is another revelation even more dangerous than exposing your kindness. One that can instantly shift how people respect you, follow you, or test you. The fifth thing you should never fully reveal is your financial reality, your income, your savings, your true level of comfort or struggle. Money, once exposed, reshapes how people see you. If they believe you have more, they expect more. If they believe you have less, they unconsciously lose respect. Stoicism teaches independence from external judgment, yet wisdom in how you manage perception. Your financial state is not a confession, it is strategic information. When people know your numbers, they calculate your value, they label you, they redefine your worth through currency instead of character. A Stoic keeps their resources quiet, not out of secrecy, but out of self-protection. Because peace is easier when envy, pity, and comparison are kept at a distance. Let your discipline speak. Let your lifestyle remain measured, not explained. And yet, there is another revelation even more delicate than money. The sixth thing you should never openly reveal is how easily your emotions can be triggered. Your buttons, your breaking points, the things that make you lose control. When people understand what unsettles you, they understand how to dominate you. A careless comment, a subtle insult, a calculated silence, and suddenly, you are no longer in command. They are. Stoicism teaches mastery over reaction, not suppression, but sovereignty. Because the moment your emotions become predictable, your power becomes negotiable. Those who broadcast their anger, jealousy, or desperation are silently teaching others how to manipulate them. And manipulation thrives where self-awareness is absent. A Stoic feels deeply, but responds deliberately, observes before acting, chooses stillness over impulse. Your calm is your armor. Your restraint is your authority. But even emotional control is not the final line of defense. There is one more revelation that can quietly shatter how others perceive your strength altogether. The seventh thing you should never expose without wisdom is the full detail of your past mistakes, your failures, your regrets. The moments you wish never happened. The world rarely sees growth. It remembers labels. And when you openly relive your worst chapters, some people will freeze you there forever. Stoicism does not deny the past. It transcends it. A Stoic learns, adapts, and rises, but does not allow yesterday's errors to become today's identity. When you narrate every old failure, you give others a permanent lens through which they judge you. They stop seeing who you are becoming and only see who you used to be. Wisdom means controlling the story of your evolution, not erasing the past, but not surrendering it either. You are not your lowest moment. You are the discipline that rose after it. And yet, there is another revealing habit that weakens authority even faster than past failures. A habit most people mistake for honesty, but Stoicism recognizes as quiet self-sabotage. The eighth thing you must never reveal is how desperately you crave approval. Your need to be liked, your hunger for validation, your dependence on praise. The moment people sense this weakness, your power shifts into their hands. They begin to control your mood with silence, reward you with attention, and punish you with distance. You become adjustable, controllable, predictable. Stoicism teaches that worth is self-generated, not borrowed from applause. A Stoic does not bend for acceptance. They stand, even when misunderstood. When you show that your confidence depends on others, your presence loses gravity, your voice weakens, your decisions hesitate. True strength does not beg to be seen. It commands respect through consistency, not performance. Detach from the need to impress, and you regain your center. Your stillness becomes unshakable. And yet, there remains one final revelation. One that exposes your inner strategy and strips away your influence in complete silence. The eighth thing you must never reveal is how desperately you crave approval. Your need to be liked, your hunger for validation, your dependence on praise. The moment people sense this weakness, your power shifts into their hands. They begin to control your mood with silence, reward you with attention, and punish you with distance. You become adjustable, controllable, predictable. Stoicism teaches that worth is self-generated, not borrowed from applause. A Stoic does not bend for acceptance. They stand, even when misunderstood. When you show that your confidence depends on others, your presence loses gravity. Your voice weakens. Your decisions hesitate. True strength does not beg to be seen. It commands respect through consistency, not performance. Detach from the need to impress, and you regain your center. Your stillness becomes unshakable. And yet, there remains one final revelation. One that exposes your inner strategy and strips away your influence in complete silence. The 10th and most dangerous thing you must never reveal is your hidden fears. The anxieties you bury, the doubts you do not speak aloud, the moments that make your heart race and your mind hesitate. Fear, when exposed, becomes a lever for others. Even subtle awareness of your vulnerabilities allows people to manipulate your choices, test your patience, and question your courage. Your control slips quietly, almost imperceptibly. Stoicism teaches mastery over fear, not its denial. A true Stoic confronts it privately, transforms it into strength, and moves forward without announcing the battle. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the quiet command over it. When you shield your fears, you preserve your autonomy. Your decisions remain yours. Your dignity remains intact. And your power, unseen by prying eyes, continues to grow. Revealing too much, even unintentionally, erodes influence, respect, and inner peace. Guard your secrets, your struggles, and your vulnerabilities, because in silence lies true Stoic strength. Remember this: your power, your respect, and your peace are born in what you keep private. The Stoics knew that silence is not weakness, it is strategy. Control what you reveal. Guard your vulnerabilities. Let your actions speak louder than your words. If you found these lessons valuable, subscribe, like, and share. Because true wisdom grows when it's applied, not just observed. Stay disciplined, stay silent, and let your strength speak for itself.